Hi everyone, it's Robin and welcome back to Happy at Home. Today I'd like to share with you my favorite projects from the previous year of 2017. So all of the items I'm going to be highlighting today are things that I made myself and that very quickly became favorites of mine. So all of these items I have found to be very, very useful and handy to have around the house, and I am actually contemplating making more of them because I have found that I use them in different rooms of the house. They are not in the same spot in which I made them for. I found that they're all very handy in different areas and for different reasons sometimes. So I just thought I would quickly go through these favorite items that I've made this past year, just in case maybe you missed one of my videos, and it will be helpful for you. And also it kind of gives me a fun little look back into the year previous, just to kind of look back and see what I've done. So I'm going to start at the beginning of 2017 and sort of kind of work my way to the end of the year. So I think that would be the best way to handle this. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I made was this rustic tray. It's just a simple little tray, has a handle on each end, and I absolutely love this. I made this for my husband's room to like corral like his colognes and deodorants, you know, that sort of thing, just to kind of use as a little tray for him on his dresser, that he can kind of, you know, keep things a little more organized. Even though on top of the tray was all cluttered with stuff, at least it was like on the tray and it looked a little nice. And it has that farmhouse flair that I really like. And I love the distress finish that I gave it. And then the knobs on the end were just some old drawer pulls that I had that I gave a little paint technique to give them an older look. I really like how this tray turned out, and I actually have stole it from my husband. I used it up until Christmas time, I think. No, he had it for a couple months on his dresser, and then I took it out of his room and brought it to the kitchen because it works perfectly to stack cutting boards in. It's a nice little cutting board tray also. So now I'm using it in my kitchen as a cutting board tray. So I think I need to make another one of these for my husband's dresser. He's like, where'd my tray go? I'm like, I stole it. So yeah, so he liked it too. I think it was a very handy thing to have around. This would be really nice to use also as like a centerpiece on a dining room table, or maybe like even like a side table. I think that would be really cute. So there's a lot of different ways I can use this around the house, and I'm seriously thinking I really need to make another one because I really like it. It's simple, it's farmhouse-like, and it was a super easy project to make. So the next item that I am loving from this past year is this quilt that I made from a thrift store sheet. I love this thing so much. It is so comfortable and so warm and so soft, and I just love it so much. So basically what it is two sheets that I found at the thrift store. I sewed them together very simply, and the back side looks like this, and then the front has got a beautiful print also. And it was just a super quick, easy quilt, and I love it so much. And the rest of the family does too. We are constantly fighting over this. We have a couple other ones like this also, and they are just our favorite quilts. They're so easy. I think I basically made this quilt in about an hour once I had all the supplies that I needed. The binding did take a little bit longer just because I like to hand sew the binding on, but really putting the whole thing together was super quick, super easy. So definitely check out that video if you need a quick little quilt to make. They would make perfect like wedding presents, baby presents, that sort of thing. Even just my daughters would love something like this. So very quick, inexpensive, and very pretty. You can use them and you can make them in so many different sizes. I have a few that I've made in the same manner that are just like throw blankets. And I love it because they're made of vintage sheets, and the sheets are so soft and so comfortable. I just love it so much. But you can use new sheets, you can use new fabric, basically whatever you want to do with it. Also, I have done a few like this that have a fleece backing on them, and my kids love those so much. We have a whole bunch of those in our camper. So they're a little bit warmer than a typical quilt, just with the fleece on them, and they think these are so cozy. So they use the fleece side and I use the sheet side. So we're always fighting over those also. So that is a good video to check out if you're interested in making any sort of quilts. So the next project that I'd like to share with you is my cutting boards that I made. I love cutting boards. They are so farmhouse-like. They are so useful and so helpful in so many different ways. I use them obviously as a chop, to cut up things, but I also use them on pretty much a daily basis to use as a trivet on my countertops. So I put it on the counter, and then I put my hot pans on top of it, and then, the kids, everyone just dishes up from the table, from the counter, and then brings their food to the table. So it works out really nice for that. Also makes a nice decorative item for the kitchen, that sort of thing. So I made this one here. It's a ginormous one. I want to say it's almost 2 feet long. And I love this one. I use this one all the time. And it was super easy to make. I made it out of a 1x12 board, cut it as long as I wanted, added the handle at the end that I wanted, and it turned out perfectly. And it was, I don't know, the board, I think the 1x12 board, I want to say it was pretty close to like $10. It was a long time ago that I bought it, but it was long enough and big enough that I could have made 3 of these cutting boards from that one board for $10. So that was pretty good. And you can wait and watch the lumber prices at your home improvement stores. They will go on sale. So a lot of the wider boards are obviously more expensive, but if you wait for them to go on sale, they're going to be a lot cheaper. Also, the next thing that I made was this cutting board out of this round piece of board. Well, this was supposed to be like a table topper, but I went to the store looking for big enough piece of wood that I could make a circle cutting board out of, and I found these that are already pre-cut. They're about 1.5 inches thick, and it's perfect. All I did was gave it some treatment of butcher block treatment, and I was good to go. So this has turned out amazingly. This one sits on my stove a lot of the time. I have a gas stove, so I put this on one side of my stove so I can use it more of a counter space, and it works out perfectly. And also I use it, to cut up bread and that sort of thing also. And this was also under $10, and you can get them in much bigger sizes and much smaller sizes. I think the smallest size was like a 12-inch square or a 10-inch square, and that was like ridiculously cheap at like $3 or $4. This one was under 10. I cannot remember exactly how much it was, but yeah, it was definitely under 10, like significantly. I want to think it was like $5 to $6. If you watch the video on how I made this, it will say in there how much it was, but pretty sure it was under $10, if not $5. So this cutting board and this cutting board have been a very handy addition to my farmhouse style kitchen. Alright, so the next item I would like to show you is something that I think I made in like November, because I wanted something new to hang above my bed in my bedroom, and I have been obsessed lately with barn quilts. If you don't know what a barn quilt is, it's basically an oversized painting of a quilt square, and they hang them on the side of barns, and that's why they call them barn quilts. And I think they are just gorgeous. Some of them are just 2 colors, some are multiple colors, and I haven't seen a barn quilt that I didn't like. So I was thinking that it would be really fun to do because, I like the farmhouse style, and I also like it because it's a very graphic sort of artwork, and which I love. It's simple, and graphic all in one and beautiful at the same time. So I decided I was going to make myself one, and I absolutely love how it turned out. So here is the barn quilt that I made. I'm getting blinded by the sun is really bright today. But I absolutely love it. I did it in a black and white theme because that is the theme that I'm planning to use this winter in my bedroom. And I use a black and white theme in my bedroom every winter time. So this turned out absolutely perfect. It's hand painted, and then I added this trim around the outside. And really this went together so quickly. And this one's actually quite large. It's 2 feet by 2 feet, and I absolutely love it. I'm thinking I might make a few smaller ones to hang in different rooms of my house because this was such a fun project to do, and I just love the graphic flair that it gives to the room. It really draws the eye in, and I love it, and I love its simplicity. So I love this project so much. So if you're looking for something a little more unique to hang on your walls this year, that is definitely something to check out. So the very last project that I have to share with you is something that I finished right at the beginning of December, but I didn't share it with you until like towards the end of December. But I wanted to get it done for my Christmas decor, and that is a set of hanging wall cubbies that I hung up in my kitchen. It was been in my mind for a few months, and I finally got around to building it. And then I built it, and then I decorated it, and I didn't get to share it right away. So it was kind of something that I just kind of threw in at the very end of the year because I loved it so much. So I don't have it decorated right now, and it seems very pitiful right now because I took all my Christmas decor down. But I will show you a clip right here of what I'm talking about. So don't you just love it? Oh my goodness, I love it so much. I think it is like the perfect item to hang in the kitchen where I have it hung. Yeah, I just love it so very much. I may actually add a couple smaller little shelves to the top row just on the 2 outer cubbies to make them into 2 cubbies just for my itsy bitsy little things, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet. But that project was a little more involved. It took me maybe a couple days of working on it for a couple hours. And the painting of it and the distressing took a little extra time too because of all the little nooks and crannies. But I love how it turned out, and I just think it is absolutely awesome. The finish on it didn't turn out quite as well as I had hoped because it was a new technique that I was trying. But all in all, I love it. I think it's going to be so much fun to decorate throughout the year. And I'm getting a glare in my face. There we go. So yeah, I love it so very much. And hopefully if you're looking for something similar, you'll check out the video on that because it looks complicated. It may look a little complicated, but it's really not. It is basically just straight lines, and it went together really quickly. All the trim pieces. Basically the hardest part was adding like the trim pieces and stuff, which you could not add if you don't want to. But I just wanted to give it a little bit more of a finished look. But yeah, I love how it turned out, and I think it's awesome. I just can't stop looking at it. But yeah, I'm excited to decorate it for the winter months, but I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do with it yet. So I'm just kind of waiting for inspiration to strike. And of course, when I get that done, when it strikes, I will definitely get it all decorated up and show you it to you also. So, alright, so that is it for the roundup of 2017 and my favorite projects from the year. Each and every single one has become a favorite, and like I said, most of these I want to remake multiples of. So, I will make sure to link all of the videos on the instructions and the tutorials for each of these projects down below. So check out the links down below if you have missed any of these projects and are interested in making your own. So 2017 was a very good year for me. I like this little look back into the year and to see kind of what I have done project-wise. And I am looking forward to the new year and all the projects that I have planned and the projects that I will dream up over the year. So I'm very excited about that. So I hope you will follow along with me if you have not already. Hit that subscribe button, and yeah, that would be wonderful, and become part of my family so you won't miss any of my future DIYs. I also do a weekly family vlog, and I do thrift store shopping, which I absolutely am obsessed with, and every Thursday I share a thrift store Thursday haul if I had found anything that particular week, because sometimes you just don't find anything at the thrift stores. So thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate it, and I will see you again very soon. Bye now.